Hello, my name is Travis Edwards, and I'll be talking about my economic report 1 presentation, which deals with supply and demand. And the name of the article that I'll be talking about is how Uber and Lyft get drivers on the road on busy nights like New Year's. Okay, my introduction. Okay, supply and demand displays equilibrium where goods supply is the same as the width of demand. That means that they have to meet that happy middle to where you can maximize profits. Just a quick definitions on both of them. Supply measures the amount of goods or services available, while demand measures the desire the customer was spending on the goods or services. All right, look, like I said before, we talking about the article, and it explains the supply and demand on the busiest nights of the year. And they gave New Year's, but they talk about Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, all the major holidays where partying is involved, basically. And the 3 points given in the article about the supply and demand, how to get drivers onto the road to supply the passengers to get them home. It's called dynamic pricing, promotions for the drivers, and how these techniques translate to under other industries. Okay, dynamic pricing. Uber calls this dynamic pricing surge pricing, and Lyft call it prime time pricing. And basically, as the article explains, both of them is like premium pricing for these busiest nights where knowing that they'll have a lot of passengers partying and don't want to drive and they need their services to get home. So during these times, the cab drivers or cab driving companies usually raise their rates during these holidays, but these particular ride sharing services don't do that. They keep it competitive and to where that people can afford to go home. And like I said, it keeps the rides affordable and it keeps enough drivers on the road. And that's very important. And also, this is the opportunity for the drivers that's part of these ride sharing services to make more than their usual night. Okay, promotions. The different type of promotions they give is bonuses for the X amount of trips given on a different night. Well, on that night, I'm sorry. Some examples that they give for Uber is that on Halloween on 2016, they had this table to where they give bonuses. So just to give a few examples, like they give the top bonus of $500 if a driver was complete 100 trips in the night, 300 for 75, 200 for 50 trips, and 100 for 25 trips. So that's a lot of cash for driving people all over in the night, and that keeps the supply up for drivers. So when uh customers call in, they always have a driver available to take them back home. But Uber had a certain requirement for this. They said that they have to complete these trips in a certain time frame. And this requirement affects drivers' decisions to be on the road because some of them don't want to have competition because now it's not just one driver, it's several drivers, and they all will be competing to get these trip numbers so they can get the bonus. And this kind of discourages them from not even taking it. So it's also can be a disadvantage as well. And it also hurts the supply of drivers on the road because, like I said, some of them feel as though they don't want to be in competition with other drivers, so they kind of just say, well, I'm just going to stay home for the night and not worry about it. Okay, under other industries is meaning that they give two categories: differentiation matching, and commoditized matching. And what these are is like different uh definitions on how they see the services. So differentiation matching, I'm sorry, goods or services that stands out as a provider of unique value services. What this is like cab drivers. They know that cab drivers is a unique service where they supply rides for people at certain locations, or like a limo service that provides just a unique value service. And commoditized matching, which is dealing with the Uber and Lyft, which are indistinguishable from competing offerings, meaning that they can give you a ride pretty much anywhere for a good value, for a good rate, flat rate, instead of being on the meter like a cab driver would. Okay, in conclusion, the purpose of supply and demand is to find an equilibrium for profit. You're not losing profit because you have too many drivers on the road, or you not have the demand of drivers. These companies rely on statistics depending on how last year was. They depends on how many drivers they need to put on the road, because like I said earlier in the previous slide, there will be a lot of competition out there, so they don't want to put too many drivers on the road. And like I said, this is a delicate balance so the company can make money. All right, thank you. And this is my presentation.